Hello gorgeous! Today we're going to paint a pink rose in real time. You're welcome to paint along with me, or you can just watch and enjoy the quiet music. I like to use my soft voice so that you can have a relaxing time. Let's have just a beautiful time together and just forget all your troubles and just contemplate the beauty of this rose. Let's go. You can find a reference photo for this rose in the community tab. Every time I paint a rose, I learn new things. So I'll be sharing with you what I learned in this video. I am getting inspiration from other artists on YouTube. And one of my favorites for painting roses is Korea Art. I will put a link in the description to his channel because he's really good at painting roses. I love how he gets the backlighting through the petals. They look translucent and just so realistic. So I'm outlining the rose and the leaves, and I just pick colors that I think will enhance the overall painting. They don't really usually show up that much in the final composition, but just in case they do, it does make a difference what colors you use to outline the composition. Just a little bit just gives you that edge. And I just always want to make sure that the general shapes are accurate, and then I can put in the block colors without worrying, and I can be nice and free, because I mean, why do we create art if it's not to be free and to give our souls space to breathe? That's what I feel like art does. Lets our souls breathe. So in this stage, I outline the basic shapes so that I can have that freedom when I go back in and put the free underpainting, the block colors and the big brush strokes. So that's what I'm doing here. Now each leaf has its own unique individual shape, so I am working to create that. Now I want the background to be nice and dark so that the rose stands out. I am using Brilliant Blue from Artist Loft. When this Brilliant Blue dries, it's very dark, but you can tell it's not black. Now I will just gently put in all these dark colors, the Brilliant Blue, and I'll add some green. The green I'm using has a very long name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but there it is. And it also dries very dark. Now I moved forward in the video, so feel free to pause it if you are painting along. I filled in more of the background. Now we're going to put in the leaves. These are the stems, nice and light. And here I put in the big bold colors of the leaves. That's the yellow, so showing this one has some light shining through it. Notice I am not worrying about every little stroke. That's my style. I like to have a very loose style, let the paint do the work, and just enjoy the process. I can paint very tight with a lot of details if I choose, but today I am just being loose and free and enjoying the paint. My dad always said we should have honesty of materials. I really like that. Comes out of the arts and crafts movement, and I love reading the writings of the people from the arts and crafts movement and seeing what they created. So very, very human in the approach and also very real, and respecting the materials that we have. Now here I'm adding that blue again for the center, and the blue will serve as my shadows instead of black. I called up my mom the other day because I was painting those white roses, and I said, "Mom, what should I do? The shadows are all gray." And she asked, "Are you still using black in your paintings?" And I said, "Yes." And she suggested that I use only colors. Then the colors just bring the painting to life. So I'm using only colors in this painting. So my darks will be these blues and the blue mixed with this rose color. Now you'll see me trying to match the color of the rose, and you will see that it is not the same at all. I did not have the same color. So I contented myself with achieving the similar values, the lights and darks of the rose. The color that I'm using is actually called Rose, and it's from Artist Loft also. I have mixed it with titanium white. The edges of the rose are nice and light. That's where the light is shining through. I think on the finished rose, I may have darkened the edges a little much. I actually like them very, very light like this. And if you'll look on Korea art, he often has very light petals on the edges. I just really, really love that. So in my next painting, I'm going to keep these very light petals on the edge and the dark center. I think that looks very nice. Now you'll notice that I'm painting next to a window, so my shadow falls directly on the right hand side. I really love painting roses from real life. There you can see I added the lights. Now the hardest part I think about this kind of painting is when to stop, because if you stop too soon it doesn't look finished. Of course, if you keep going it could get overworked, so it's just a fine balance. But once it's done, it's important to accept yourself and your hard work, knowing that you did your best. I feel like I would like to match the colors better in this rose next time, if possible. But I really like how you can see the depth of the rose and the lights, the highlights of the petals. I really like that part about it. It's kind of a moody rose because of the dark blue that came through a lot of it. So it's a little different than the one in real life, but I think it's still successful painting with the rose color and the blue shadows. So this is my pink rose study in acrylics. This is an 8 by 10 inch canvas. Let me know what you think in the comments and what you'd like to see me paint in the future. For the final touch, I went back a week later and I did put in those highlights again, and I cleaned up the petals, and I really like the result now. It has that contrast that I wanted and the shining petals on the left hand side. This is my pink rose study. Thank you so much for joining me for this exploration and contemplation. My original art is available on Etsy. Thank you so much for being part of this community, and may God bless you.